Welcome to another episode of Cocktails and Conversation with Cammy Grayson and friends. Woohoo! And we got Ayesha over there, and she
Thank
is
you.
actually going to tell us a little bit about herself. I know everybody's wondering, who is this lady? What does she do? And how did she get where she is? Well, we're going to bring that to you. We're going to bring it out to the forefront today and put her on the hot spot. Aisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cammy.
You welcome. Now tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, who I am, my name is Ayesha Coffi, and basically what I do is give psychic readings. I am gifted, what they call clairvoyant, which is basically a sense of knowing. And so I have a Facebook group. It's called Psychic Eye, but with an AYE, which is a first part of my name. And what I do is I help people to learn about their abilities, also learn about meditation, and just help them bring calmness and peace to their lives. So that's
That's very
basically what I
cool.
do in a nutshell. And talk to spirits too.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh, Lord.
You talking bloopers, right?
What is
But you
going
know what?
on today?
But you know what? When you act, the show must go on. So from the acting part of me, the show must go on.
Can we, are we going to edit that out though? Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god! So people seeing this live, right? So edit it out or not, it's live, and we can't take it back.
Well, it is what it is. So now we have a new backdrop. We'll just start from there.
That's a
There it
pretty
is.
backdrop. There you go. Switch it over. Oh, girl, you got me cracking up over here. Boy, I'm starting off the show right, right? Okay, so when did you establish and launch your business?
I established and launched my business. It's an idea that I was thinking about last year sometime and didn't get it off the ground. And so I officially established it in early February. And so I actually did the launch in April, at the beginning of
Nice.
April. So we're a brand new business.
So, what made you decide to start your spiritual business?
A few years ago, I experienced a spiritual awakening, and basically, I tapped further into my gifts. And what I mean by gifts is um, at an early age, I would see spirits. I've had several encounters, I would hear them, I would talk to angels. And so, of course, I suppressed all of that. Once I got into my teenage adulthood years.
Mm-hmm.
And so at one point, when I was at the lowest point of my life, I had what's called a wake up call, which is spiritual awakening. And it's basically answering the call of my gifts. And
Okay.
so, in doing so, I decided to use my gifts to be able to launch my business. How that came about is me wanting to share information with other people that I didn't have at the beginning of my spiritual journey. So, I have books and I have resources that they could purchase to be able to help them with their journey.
So, when did you discover you first had this gift?
I It probably wasn't until, even as a child, I knew I was different. But it really wasn't until I would say, about 18 or 19, and I started living on my own. And I experienced encounters with spirits. And then
Mm-hmm.
also, too, I just had this sense of knowing. And one day it just dawned on me, you know what? Every time I have a certain feeling, something occurs.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew at that point I had some kind of gift, didn't know a name for it, didn't understand it at that time. But, it probably dawned on me when I was probably about 18 or 19.
Wow, that is so cool. So, how did you come up with the name for your business?
I came up with the name for my business. As I described, clairvoyant is just like a sense of knowing. It describes how I kind of stumbled upon learning about spirituality and all of that. I saw the name and I'm like, okay, well, what does this mean? What does clairvoyant mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so I looked it up, and basically, it's a sense of knowing beyond the regular senses. And so I thought, that would be a cool name to have, because that lets people know. That's basically what I do in a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of sums up all of the gifts in one. And then also to energy, everything around you is energy. So, I thought it would be fitting for that.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good name. So, what is the future for your goals for your business?
So the future, what I see in the future for my business is to be able to definitely have like a brick and mortar where people can come in and they're able to get books, they're able to, have the resources on hand. And I'm able to talk to people face to face, give readings. Also want to not just limit it to just the sales and books and all of that, but also to have it to where we have practices. We're offering yoga, we're offering Reiki, and different classes to help people with learning about peace and meditation and different things of that nature.
Wow. Okay. So, what are your hours of operations?
Because we're online, we are 24 hours, and so you can order at any time.
Okay. But what about if I wanted to get a reading? How do I go about doing that?
If you wanted to get a reading, I don't currently have online booking directly on my site. However, if you inbox me on my Facebook page, which is Clairvoyant Energy,
Mm-hmm.
or you inbox me in my psychic page, which is Psychic Eye, you can also book a reading there.
So, if I had a question about an item that was on your website, uh, how would I contact you?
You would email contact. You would email contact simplyclairvoyant.com.
Okay. Okay. And then I want to know what do you enjoy most about what you do?
What I enjoy most about what I do is helping people gain a different perspective on their lives. Sometimes it takes for someone else to kind of look at it from a third party view,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and give them a different perspective that they may not see, you know, and then give them the tools necessary that they can do what they need to do with it and following their life paths. If they need help with a relationship, all of those things bring me a level of joy. So that's what I like doing the most.
Okay. So, how do you perform readings? How does that work?
So how it works for me is I basically use what they call like divination tools to be able to perform my reading. Um, Sometimes it come across in just my intuitive mind and my mind's eye. I might get messages through there. I feel emotions,
Mm-hmm.
um, and all of those things combined pretty much form a story. um, and I'm able to get snapshots of what's going on in a person's life. And so, depending on also the layout of the cards and how that is set up, I can tell what, you know, answer the question based on that, or, give them insight into whatever it is that they're asking about. So, that's how it works.
So, how do you differ from anyone else? Why would I choose you over someone else?
Well, we all have unique gifts, and I feel like usually what happens when you come across a reader is because the spirit is actually drawing you to that reader. So it's not even really a choice of yours. I've had it even in my case, even as a reader, I go to other psychics as well, and I could be just browsing on Facebook, and boom, a live will pop up with the message that is intended for me to hear. So that's usually how it works.
So have you ever done a reading that you didn't really want to share with that person?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so do you not share it, or how do you, in order to maintain honesty, how do you avoid not sharing that with that person? It Because obviously it's something that they need to hear, because the spirits wouldn't have given it to you to give to them.
Absolutely. So, what I try to do is deliver the message in the best way possible, but also with integrity and honesty. I don't fully believe in sugarcoating, but I'm not going to punch you in the face with it either. So, I try to give them the message as accurate as possible and to be as real and raw as possible, because I feel like, honesty is the best policy at the end of the day.
Hmm.
And, done I've had messages where I really didn't want to deliver it, but I feel like in doing so I'm not being obedient to divine spirit, and there is always a reason why that person needs that message. So
Right,
absolutely, so I
right.
just go ahead and I'll usually I might go back and forth, but I'll usually give it.
Just give it to them. So, do you think what do you think your strongest suits? What are your strongest? Are you more of a love psychic, or just a, you know, uh, career path, or what is your strongest point?
I believe my best gifts is actually in teaching. I believe my best gifts are in teaching, and that is being able to use my psychic ability and then just my common knowledge and my experience to be able to relate to people and help them through whatever it is that they're dealing with, and give them the tools necessary to get through whatever they're dealing with. So I think
Okay.
that's my strong suit, and that's kind of my area. Um, I really feel like my best suit is teaching, and also helping people find a peace in any situation.
Right. So, what do you say to other psychics who don't embrace their abilities?
Well, I would say, there are no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason, and when you're given an ability and a gift, it's good that you exercise that. Because you never know how you're going to touch somebody's life. So I think it sometimes, you know, other psychics, they may worry about being judged. They might worry about, they might have different reasons of why they don't want to use their gift. But I encourage anyone, if you've been given a gift, and it doesn't even have to be a psychic ability, it could be anything, there's no mistakes. So use your gift, use it wisely, and just, you do what you have to do.
Wow. So, you have a little setup there. Is this something you want to share with the audience?
Oh yeah. When I usually prepare my reading, I usually light some candles, and I actually have a few pieces from my store with me just to kind of show you guys. I have my clearing candle, and basically what this does is it kind of clears the energy, so you can light it. Just a white candle, one of
Okay.
the pieces that I sell in my store. And let's see, I have a little bit of the millionaire oil, which smells so good.
And what does that do?
So this oil is set with the intention of bringing in abundance, bringing in money. Even smells like money. I'm just kidding.
I need
It
about
doesn't,
10
but
of
it does
those.
smell good. But I also have some jewelry here to share with everyone. So we've got an antique copper, and then we have some tourmaline. So let me see if I can bring it in so you guys can
Oh,
see this.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Copper is really good for grounding yourself, also protection as well.
Okay.
Um, for all those who don't know about crystals, I urge you to learn about them. There are many different crystals, and they're used for different reasons. They could be used for protection, they could be used to help amplify your psychic ability. They all have different reasons, or what they do.
Okay.
Like this one, for instance, I have tiger's eye bracelet. This
That's the one I
particular
like.
one, oh yeah, this is
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
here.
That should be on the plane when you come this way on the 23rd.
I got you. I got you.
That is beautiful.
I definitely will. I'll bring one with me. But yeah, they, those are some of the bracelets that I have here. And then let me just show one more piece. Uh, like this one. This is my hand of Fatima, and it's
Okay.
got the evil eye on it. What this does is it promotes prosperity, but it also wards off evil spirits.
Okay.
So
So
you
that
hang this in your house, and it'll basically keep the evil ones away. So,
they're away from my home.
yep. So there we have it. Those are some of the things that I offer. Oh, I also have some books too. I have a book on meditation.
Okay.
I have a book on dreams.
Oh, I need that one.
So if you need help, if you have a dream and you needed help like interpreting your dreams, this is a good book for that.
I like that.
Um, Also, too, for the beginning psychics that are learning, like tarot readers,
Hmm.
I have this book for you too. So it actually breaks down the tarot card combinations, what they
Hmm.
mean, um, how they originated, just pretty much everything you need to know about tarot.
Very cool.
And all of these I have on my website at www.simplyclairvoyant.com. So,
So I have another question before we end the interview. How do a person know the difference between the good and the evil? A lot of people are superstitious and afraid and things like that. How do people know, or how do you make people understand that it's not a bad thing? This is a spiritual thing.
well, what I've learned is people are going to form their own opinion about things, regardless of what I say. Um, I have had people, even some that I'm close to, who really didn't even believe in being gifted, and after I've given them a reading, it gave them a new perspective. What we have to understand is people are raised. How they're raised. And so
Hmm.
their perspective, their perception of things might be limited to what their beliefs are and how they were raised. So
Okay.
sometimes it kind of keeps them in their own bubble or keeps them in their own space, and they don't like to explore or try to understand other things too.
Gotcha.
So I don't force it down anybody's throat. I offer what I offer, and whether or not they accept it, I mean, that's fine if they don't. If they do, that's even better. So, but I don't have any expectations. I'm not one to bash anybody's religion. You believe whatever you believe.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say this: the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person. Spiritual people know, and religious people believe.
I like that. I like that.
So,
Well, if you want to catch up with Ayesha, her name and her website and telephone number is scrolling around the bottom of this ad here. And Ayesha, is there anything else you want to add to someone that's trying to embrace their spiritual beliefs?
Um, follow me in my group. Come join my group. I post a lot of good information. If you are just experiencing a spiritual awakening or anything of that nature, I can provide a lot of those resources. I don't mind taking time out of my day to send something, information to someone who's struggling with that,
Okay.
who wants to explore their gifts. And I also do, I allow in my groups, if to approve a reader. So if you want to practice doing readings and stuff like that, just contact me directly, and I'll help you kind of build out that skill so that way you're able to be able to help someone else. So,
That is awesome. That is awesome.
and
Well,
it's again,
Ayesha,
it's psychic eye. I'm sorry. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
So when you first started, you had this thing that sort of like mediation or meditation. I think it was meditation with the water, when you could just sit there and relax and stretch and just kind of let it all hang out. I love that. That was so refreshing, and I think people need to understand that it's about self care. And so a lot of this that you do, I see it as self care and taking care of yourself. And it motivates you to exercise a little bit and, just stretch those body and those muscles and, just kind of being inside your own body, just trying to make yourself feel good. Is that correct?
Absolutely, it's absolutely correct. We have to realize everything starts with the mind. You can't do nothing. You can't lift your arms. You can't walk. You can't brush your teeth. You can't do anything without your mind. So it makes sense that we care for our mental before
Mm-hmm.
anything else. So, we should all make it a point to get up. Of course, whatever it is you believe, I get up. You know what? You want to wake up in the morning, show gratitude, and then do something that's going to relax your mind and get you in the correct mental space so that way everything else flows in your day. So what meditation does, it really sets you up to set the day off how it should be, so that way when you do come across challenges in the day, you're not as thrown off by it. You're okay with it. You just go ahead and go with it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Okay, well, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
all your cool things, and I see a couple of things that I want to purchase actually for myself. But I mean, hey, people need to join her Facebook. Is it what is it?
It's Psychic Eye.
Psychic Eye, and it's on Facebook. I'm also following it, so I usually reshare things for her as well. But look for her. Say hello. Let her know that you saw her broadcast here on SKST Radio, and just share the love. Just share the love. And if you know someone who could possibly, even if you can't use her help, maybe you know someone else who can use her help and her services, because your network is your net worth. And so I'm a firm believer in sharing, sharing, sharing. And if you do like this video, like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to build up our YouTube following. So please, please go to it, share it, invite family and friends to join our show. And to Saturday, what looks like we got a comment. And to Saturday, we got some good stuff going. You have Marcus saying hello, Squirrel saying hello. Hey, Squirrel.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us. And so just like, share, subscribe. We're building our platform for YouTube. As you know, we are radio, and we're not used to being in the front, and visual, all live, putting lipstick on and all that stuff. We're used to just being able to crawl out of bed and use our voice to make it happen. So join us in this journey, and it's been it's been fun. This journey so far has been a great challenge, with the videos and things like that. So, well, we're excited. We're happy to be here, and looks like we're going to stay for a little while. So, until next
Absolutely.
week, uh, and join us again with cocktails and conversations right here on skstradio.com. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.